Good morning, Bucknutters. Welcome to the Morning Five on New Year's Eve 2014. I am Dave Biddle. Ohio State held its media day at the Superdome on Tuesday, and I have several takeaways. First of all, Cardale Jones' maturity and intelligence continues to stand out to me. I mean, this is a guy who's 6'5", 250 pounds, but it's what he says that stands out the most. He has been misunderstood by every Buckeye fan and reporter, including myself. This is an intelligent young man. He is finally getting his chance to show what he can do. Now, I'm confident he's going to play well on Thursday. Now, will he play well enough to win? We'll find out. But I don't think Cardale Jones is anything that Buckeye fans should be concerned about. This kid is a weapon. He's confident, but he's not cocky. He's saying all the right things, and I love what I'm hearing out of Cardale Jones. I could not be happier with how far he's come as a young man and as a quarterback, and he will get his chance to put Ohio State in the national championship game if he's able to help the Buckeyes upset the Crimson Tide on Thursday. Moving on, Jalen Marshall's another guy we talked to at Media Day yesterday. We'll have a story coming on the site later today. He is the backup quarterback. Stephen Collier is really the third-string quarterback. If anything happens to Cardale, hopefully nothing happens to Cardale, but if something does, Jalen Marshall will be the backup quarterback, and he talked a lot about that yesterday. He talked about the fact that he wanted to be a quarterback when he came to Ohio State, but things didn't work out, and he had to make the transition to being a wide receiver, and we asked him about that, and Jalen gave very insightful answers about that situation. I'm also impressed by Ohio State's offensive line. These guys are a band of brothers. I mean, it's really cool to see this. It's a lot like last year, you know, and this year it's a new set of guys. You have Taylor Decker as the only returning starter. The other guys, Billy Price, Jacoby Bourne, Pat Elflein, Darryl Baldwin, they've done a great job, and they continue to get better as the season progresses. And it's been a really cool story to see Ohio State's offensive line. This is going to be a tough test, though. Alabama's defensive line might not be as good as it's been in past years, but it's still very good. It will be the best one that Ohio State has faced all year. It's going to be a fun matchup. If the Buckeyes can win the battle in the trenches, I think they will win this game. Also on Tuesday, we had a chance to talk to Adolphus Washington. The junior defensive tackle says he is more than likely coming back for his senior season at Ohio State. We'll see. There are some people who say that Adolphus is just saying that, but he's really going to turn pro. But, you know, I was there talking to him. He sounded sincere to me. I've talked to a lot of guys over the years. Santonio Holmes comes to mind when you asked him early in the 2005 season if he was turning pro, and he said no. You knew he was going to. So we'll see about Adolphus. I do think he will come back, but if he plays well these next two games, hopefully, maybe he'll turn pro. We'll see. It's a problem you want to have if he plays well. And now for the latest on recruiting, let's go out to Alex Gleitman.
Alex Gleitman here from sunny, well, not so sunny, California. Brought the New York weather with me out here for the Semper Fidelis All-American Bowl. Today was check-in, and 5 Buckeyes arrived in Anaheim, California. Want to talk a little bit about quarterback Joe Burrow, who we saw today. Joe confirmed today he is 100% committed to the Buckeyes. There were some rumors that if his father were to get the Ohio University job, if Frank Solich were to retire, or because of Tom Herman leaving, that Burrow could be looking around, but he assured me that is not the case. There's an update on the Bucknuts front page about Burrow and his commitment status to Ohio State. You could check that out there. 2 other players worth mentioning out here in California, Jamel Dean and Nick Connor, both will not play in the game this weekend, but they are here for the festivities. Dean tore meniscus in his knee, the same knee he tore his ACL in last year as a junior. So not great news there, but the good news is the injury isn't too serious. Recovery time of 2 to 4 weeks. He enrolls at Ohio State next week, so he'll start rehab with the medical staff in Columbus, and he should be good to go by spring practice. Nick Connor also will not be participating due to a torn LCL in his knee that he suffered earlier this fall. And Nick should also be okay within the next 2 to 4 weeks. He'll be working with the Ohio State staff once he gets up to Columbus next week as an early enrollee, and he should be good for spring practice as well. That's all for Bucknuts here in Anaheim, California, the Semper Fidelis Bowl. We'll have more for you this week.
Alex, great stuff as always. Thank you. Also, thank you to all the listeners out there. I really appreciate you tuning in. I hope everybody has a happy new year. Take it away, best damn band in the land.